Hi all guys, gals, theys, and gays, and welcome back to my channel. It is time for another round of handbag rotation. As y'all know, I could talk about handbags ad nauseum. It is one of my favorite areas of my wardrobe. It is something that I am constantly rotating through as a means of practicality as well as just fashion and style depending on where I'm going and what I'm doing. And I got a nice little roundup for y'all today. So I love to hear myself talk, and without further ado, let's just talk about some handbags. If you haven't seen any of my previous installments, I will leave that playlist down below for y'all. First up is a bag that I know for a fact I wanted to pull out because it's one that I know that I love, that I have worn, and I had to decide, and I was like, you haven't pulled this one out in a while. Pull it out, use it, love it, rekindle your passion for this particular style. And that is my beloved Gucci Jackie. Now, for anyone in the handbag verse, handbag sphere, they did a nostalgia sells, and a lot of designer brands are like, ooh, people are really interested in this. Let's do re-editions. And so they did do a re-release of, I believe, the 1961 style of the Gucci Jackie, which is very similar to this. And on my hunt for my Gucci Jackie, this one is perfect. It is brown. It is pebbled leather. It is vintage. It has my favorite of the piston locks. I couldn't tell you when this one is from. It's got a little bit of a stain there, but just it's absolutely fantastic. And for how much I invested in this bag, it had to be perfection. Nothing else would do. And to find this one in, again, that price point, because Gucci Jackies they're really popular, and they're definitely a handbag that retains its value in the sense of they're all really, really expensive, even on the secondhand market. And it's just so classic, so beautiful. It sits fantastically, exactly where I like it. For a shoulder bag, it holds a really nice amount of stuff. It's just got a glaze. I think this is a leather interior. Just a nice, simple leather lining. Again, it fits my wallet. It fits a little mini notebook. It fits chapsticks and pens. I have a little makeup bag, whether that's got makeup or other feminine accoutrements. Again, this is one that is a beloved crown, a jewel in the crown of the collection of my handbags. And I knew going after the one rotation, I was like, you gotta pull it out. You gotta show some love. You gotta showcase it. You gotta show her off. This is probably the only Gucci Jackie that I'm going to own for many years to come, because again, if I'm going to be putting that much money into a handbag, it has to be perfect. And I don't know how much more perfect than this it can get for me. Next up, I've got this Coach bag here that I actually forgot to mention in I filmed a thrift and secondhand haul. So this is, although it's been a couple of months, is a newer acquisition into my collection. I thought it really mimicked the style of the Soho while being a bit more square. Y'all know I am an absolute slut for any kind of buckle detailing. I love the stitching. And this is just like the Coach Soho. Absolutely perfect size. It holds a wonderful amount of stuff. I adore how it sits, again, on my shoulder. As much as I love, and I am a big bag advocate, I have really, really been using a significant amount of my shoulder size bags. Now, this is one of the more contemporary Coach bags that I have. This is from 2008, which when it comes to Coach, I typically prefer 2006 and back. That's simply my favorite time period to purchase from them. You can have it be buckled on this side, and then it's a really longer strap. I'm not amazingly enthused about it not just being this length with the buckles on each side. I understand it has more versatility with that. I'm also not, you can see the way that the leather has worn here and kind of has this crinkly effect almost. I know it's not, but it almost feels kind of like bonded leather, which if you're buying from Coach and if you're getting just like, no, I don't like that. It probably isn't, most more than likely. But again, part of why I like buying a certain time period from Coach. This one popped up. It was an amazing price. I love the color. I love the silhouette. It's kind of like this chestnut brown, and I love it and I will use it. It really solidified me being like, okay, you just need to stay within the time frame that you're used to and you like. It's got a nice, thick, firm, sturdy bottom, and I have really enjoyed just hauling this thing around with me. And again, it holds a perfect amount. It looks great. Love the shoulder. But simply in the future, I'm not going to be buying any more from 2008. I do have a couple 07s. Some of my Coach Sohos are 07s, which kind of just skirt that edge, but are still within the time frame that I can know and vouch for the quality and the craftsmanship and the manufacturing. Continuing on the Coach train, I have this also very contemporary. This one is from 2017. I can't quite remember the name of this one. I will do my best to leave that again down below for you all. This one has got so much space to it. I love the fact that it has the handle like this. You can do that, but then it's also got the crossbody. And where you've got the crossbody, although you can have it here like this, I like to have it on the hardware here just because I'm a paranoid little bitch baby about wear and tear on my bags, and I find that this is just a little bit more sturdy, a little bit more peace of mind. It's this gorgeous washed like sage green, and it holds a lot of stuff. It's got this magnet here on the sides that you just pull out like that, and you have this big old giant bucket bag of leather. It's got the pocket here. It's got a zippered pocket right here. It's got a pocket here, pocket in the back. Again, this is a very attractive, and I love the silhouette of this, while also still being extremely practical with just how much shit you can put in this thing. It's extremely sturdy. I would be a little bit tempted to get this in another color. Again, I really like the brown. I like the contrast between just the regular leather and the suede on the side. I'm not typically a huge suede person, but I do like having it as an accent, as a little bit of something different, a little bit of texture. I really, really loved this bag when I first got it. I got it secondhand on Mercari for a pretty good price. I want to say I probably got it for around $75. A nice sturdy bottom with the little feet here. It's, again, just a really nice one. I have moved on a fair amount of my more contemporary Coach, sold to consignment stores and such like that, sold online on my own Mercari. But this one has really stood out as being one that, even though it's not within my preferred time period of when I like to buy Coach, that is my absolute favorite. Just give me the vintage glove tanned leather, veggie tanned leather all day, every day. But this has still really stood the test of time within my collection of handbags. Like I said, I love the versatility it has. It's really pretty, very attractive. For a long while, I had one of these in a different color on my Mercari. If I'm going to be spending, you know, 100 or however much on a Coach bag, I typically tend towards something more vintage. But this one is still within my collection, and I just, like, I know I love it. I know it's beautiful. It's definitely one that my girlfriend's mother really likes. Anytime she always comments, she's like, oh, look at that bag and that bag. I'm like, oh yes, Kathy, thank you. Again, love the stitching. I also love the fact that it's Coach without being like overtly freakishly branded, because I really do like something, the structure and the style and the design to speak for itself rather than it just being, oh look, I'm a Coach bag for the sake of it being a Coach bag. Next up, I am typically not a person who likes to live seasonally and have the seasons dictate what is trendy and what I wear, but there is something about the colder months and about having a nice, big, beautifully colored handbag. I have a review of this, the Mulberry Bayswater. I will leave that down below, as well as my playlist for my handbag rotations. If you like this, there's definitely more where that came from and more where this will come from. I love everything. I am such a proponent, as much as I've been using my shoulder bags. I love a big bag. I love a city bag. And this is definitely something that skews itself more office work, more everyday, in the sense of you've really got to haul your shit around. And this one actually has some stuff still in it. It's just a big, old, beautiful bucket of glorious veggie tanned leather. I have no idea if this one is actually vintage or not. The Mulberry Bayswater was released in 2003, and I definitely have several contemporary ones. I know my green and purple ones are definitely contemporary, but I like pulling out an old reliable. I wish it were. They do have a Mulberry Bayswater that has slightly longer straps. These are just a little bit tight on my shoulder. I do have fairly broad shoulders thanks to my grandmother, but it had just been a while since I pulled out one of my larger bags, and I've got a couple ones pulled out as well for my next rotation. This is just a case of, I love it. I will always love it. And it looks so nice. It looks so classy. It looks so chic. I adore the brown, this kind of burnished oak, whatever color, chestnut brown, warm, delicious, and decadent. I will always stand by the quality of Mulberry for how much you can get secondhand for the quality that this is. Absolutely unparalleled. Now, I'm pretty sure it wasn't in my last rotation, but the rotation before last, where I talked about this handbag, the Coach Soho Hampton Legacy Hobo, I think. And I just pulled this one out because it's red, because it's seasonally appropriate. I talked about in trends that I am loving and inspired by and am wearing now, and red, like cherry red, cola red, what other trendy way we can call a color and pretend that it's something new. And I talked about in that, I was like, I have it, I know. I have this one in a style and a design that I absolutely love. This is one of my end all be all favorite designs for a shoulder bag. It holds a fantastic amount of stuff. And I will say, it is a testament to it. I need to get it fixed because this zipper will not it won't close. It won't zip all the way up. I need to take that in and see about getting it fixed. But even with it being funky and awful and annoying and obnoxious, I still love it. I still use it. I still deal with it. I was like, Professor Rabbit ding dong. But again, and it's got a great section here. It has a lot of space. Again, this is just for me and what I like. It has all the details, all the structure. I like the still there, but again, subtle, more subtle branding, thick, firm, beautiful. And this one is from, I believe, 2001. We all know, slut for the buckle detailing. This is definitely a case of, in my most recent haul, I did a, if I like it, I'm just gonna get it in another color, and I have this in 3 colors now, and I'm absolutely in love with each and every single one. I just like having the options of the bags that I love just in different colors. I'm really vibing. I mean, I love it with the blue. I love it with the green, this kind of green. I love it with the brown. I mentioned in that trend video that I'm not typically a red person, but this deeper kind of more burgundy maroon has really been speaking to me. And I like it as a way to just bring a little bit of different color, a little pop of something. I think I was listening to Katie Louise talking about trends, and she was talking about how she feels like a pop of red while being a trend is something that can also be very timeless, which I think it is something where she was like, you know, just not every outfit needs a pop of red, but it never really looks out of place. And this is just that absolute perfect pop for me. And again, I love the style. I was just clearly, and I just was like, oh, it's a color. It's seasonally, I wear it whenever the fuck I want, but you know, I'm seasonally in the know. Then last but not least, again, I don't know if it was the last one or the one I did before, but if I like it, I have it in another color. This is, I think the Coach Legacy Hobo. This is from either 2005 or 95. I'm not entirely sure. I talked about it in a nice rich chocolate brown, and here we have it in just kind of a nice oak burnished brown, a rich caramel color. And I love this for the exact same reason I love the other one. It is a perfect, I need a bag to hold my shit, but I don't need a lot of stuff, but I need something to just carry my things and be practical. I love the buckle detailing. I like the thick structure. Part of what I love about vintage Coach is how freaking good, thick, and sturdy their zippers are. And this, like it in the other color, is just, again, it's just a tried and true, a perfect, if I need a crossbody, I need something. I'm going out and out. I'm going to the mall. We're going to get coffee. I need something that's super practical while still being super fucking cute. And this is all of those things. And which is part of the reason why I am such a strong advocate for myself. If I like it, I'll just get it in another color. Not every color, but in my colors. And I'm also kind of happy that I got a lot of these ones, like pre-Coach really being super crazy popular. I feel like Coach continuously has a certain level of popularity, whether it's mainstream or just within people who appreciate and curate vintage Coach within their collections. But I got this one and a lot of my other older vintage ones before the boom that we are currently in, where if you have vintage and Coach in the same sentence, it's going to be like 200 plus automatically. But if I love it, I love it, and I absolutely love this one. It's just, again, absolutely perfect. It goes, I've got shoes that match this. I've got pants and jackets and everything. I like to be a symphony of coordination within my color scheme. An absolutely perfect staple within my collection that I will continue to reach for the rest of all time. All right, another few months, another handbag rotation. If you made it this far, give yourself a giant gold fucking star. You deserve it for sitting here and listening to me go on about purses. Definitely one of my more special interests. But thank y'all so much for watching. I love you. And as always, keep it real. Mwah.